Hi everyone, this is Konzel here. So today we're gonna do the Abyss Herald domain, the domain of heresy, where you see here that there's a Abyss Herald Wicked Torrents and a whole bunch of Hilicher attendants. The whole system here is that the attendants will buff him in terms of resistance, HP healing, and in fact, when you choose select the difficulty, they will buff the attack as well. Okay, but before that, before I go into the actual showcase, I'll just quickly show the energy amplifier options that I've used. First off is the Endless Swords. After using an elemental burst, all party members on the field will unleash one shockwave that scales on 600% of the attack of the character that unleash the shockwave. The reason why we are using this is because we will be using a more elemental burst based type of build. I'll show you guys shortly. Okay, obviously we're gonna get the refined burst, which increases the burst level by 1 for every party member. Elemental skills generate 8 energy because we want to get the burst to continuously go. That's why we are getting the charge up. Frostbite here really is for my Hu Tao, because Hu Tao will be dealing the damage when we are not using any burst. Elemental burst increased by 30% obviously. Energy recharge again for the burst. And elemental mastery to make good use of the burst. Okay, so the fruits is the fruit setup is very straightforward. In terms of the difficulty, obviously we selected everything so that we can get the 8,000 points. And like I said, the attendants will buff his attack as well. So there are two ways to go about clearing the 8,000 points. One is to have enough damage such that you can take him down before he spawns more than one wave of attendants, for example. But I'm not setting up my character in that way. What I'm going to set is to set it up with making use of multiple bursts to help us to clear this. Still in time. I think my clear time was something like 1 minute 30 seconds. Could have been faster because of some fine tuning that could have been done, but it's okay. I'm not going to spend time retrying to get like 10 seconds off the timing when there's no additional rewards involved. But let me show you guys the food that I used. Obviously, we use the Adeptal Temptation for the attack and the crit rate buff. Moon Pie for the shield strength and defense. But honestly, you can use a golden crab as well, but just make sure you use a delicious golden crab. I didn't craft any of those because most of the time I'm using Zhongli. But technically speaking, you don't really need Zhongli for the setup that I was using. I will talk about it later. So potion, obviously we use Pyro because there's cryo resistance. And although we are using we are using Ganyu, but we don't really need the cryo buff. We need the pyro buff more for the damage against the Herald. Alright, now let's go straight into the showcase itself. Okay, this is the showcase itself. You can see I'm using Venti, Hu Tao, Ganyu, and Zhongli. So you gotta set up the Ganyu's burst and Venti's burst together to take care of the attendants. Unfortunately, we didn't crit there. Okay. The second wave is important here. You need to make sure that your Venti has set up the damage, or rather the burst, along with the Ganyu burst. Now this is the reason why I say that you may not necessarily Zhongli. It may be better to put either Rosaria or Kreia so that you can get rid of the Abyss Herald shield earlier. Because he's weak towards cryo, his shield. So getting either a Kreia or a Rosaria here will help a lot in taking his down earlier. Okay, that's a mistake. I prematurely shot the charge attack, so it didn't do the Frost Freak Bloom, the second hit. But okay, anyway, this is the showcase itself. of the DPS, you'll notice that the key thing really is to cycle through your bursts, especially Venti and Ganyu for the attendance, and of course Hu Tao for the damage. Zhongli, I threw in a meteor there as well to help with the setup for the second wave. Make sure that you have enough energy recharge on your Venti. So for example, on my Venti, I swap to a energy recharge hourglass just to make sure that I have the Venti burst ready even before the attendants are spawned. You'll notice that I cast it before the attendants are spawned. Okay, so that's the main gist of it. And let me show you guys just a quick look at the gears of the 4 characters here. In terms of I would say for Zhongli, right, he's really not required in this setup. You can definitely go with another cryo or another pyro character even for the 15% attack buff from pyro resonance. But I'll recommend cryo to take down the shield faster. Alright, let me show you guys my gear. Okay, so let's look at the gear itself. Remember that my crit rate here does not have the Adeptal Temptation, so just remember to add plus 12% crit rate. So actual crit rate just now was 73%, crit damage was 188, energy recharge 211, but bear in mind that if I didn't remember, there should be an energy recharge reduction in the domain. That's the reason why I pump my energy recharge up by using an energy recharge hourglass. Okay, 4-piece VV obviously. Hu Tao for this domain, I switched to my 4-piece Crimson set instead of the Bolite set because we're focusing on burst here. And my burst was already at level 12, so that was level 13 burst that you saw. Although unfortunately it didn't crit. Okay. Next is Ganyu. Ganyu, very simple setup, 2-piece Glass, 2-piece Cryo. That's all. I even thought about using energy recharge on Ganyu, but I think it was a bit overkill, so I did not do that. So you saw all the bursts that Ganyu was doing, that was without energy recharge. It's really more about the way her burst works, such that you don't really need that high of energy recharge. Now the next thing is Zhongli. Obviously we are going a full HP build here with 2-piece Nobis and 2-piece Petra. I did not pump up my Tenacity set. Tenacity set is definitely doable as well. So HP is at 38.7k for the more sturdy shield. But like I said, you don't really need him. If you notice, I didn't really needed the shield just now. So you can use Rosaria as well, or even Kaya. Even level 20 Kaya will do because it's just about elemental reaction. You just want to cryo his burst. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful to you guys in terms of the mechanics itself involved. Obviously, it's very dependent on getting the 5-star characters if you want to get 8k points. But the general gist and mechanics of it is quite similar in that sense. More important thing is having Venti. You really need to get yourself a Venti. I hope that given that Venti already had a rerun banner, most people would have gotten it. Unless you are so unlucky that you didn't win the 50-50. In that case, I feel for you, man. Alright, so anyway, that's the end of my video. Thanks everyone for watching. If you like the content, remember to like the video and subscribe for more, yeah? Alright, thanks everyone for watching. Bye.